Hello, my friends. Welcome to today's reading. It is a rainy day outside, and I feel like that is always the perfect weather for anything, including tarot readings. It's the perfect weather for every cozy indoor activity. All right, so we are going to take the opportunity to just channel a message from the universe about what you need to know right now. We have the Knight of Swords coming out first. Ooh, the Magician. Okay, starting out pretty strong. Two of Pentacles in reverse, and then what do we have here? The King of Swords. Ooh, Knight and King of Swords. That's interesting. Underneath the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so I think that this is essentially a very productive season of your life whenever this reading is finding you. The first thing I want to point out is that you might be expecting some news quite soon, some good news with the Knight of Swords here. And this good news is going to give you a lot of clarity, a lot of direction and purpose that you have been kind of like hinging upon the news that you're receiving. It's like maybe it's a job offer or some kind of email or it's an application or something like that, receiving news about it would give you what you need, like the information you need to move forward. And so therefore that's the King of Swords kind of energy over here. I'm also hearing that you have been planning this for a while with the King of Swords. This isn't something that you did on an impulse. This is something that has been strategically planned for a while, and you are, I think, going to be extremely happy when it comes through because your planning has not gone to waste, Magician, Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles underneath the deck, they all talk about a kind of like focused intention towards something that you are working on. Right now with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, I wonder if some of you feel a little bit like you have to juggle a lot of different priorities and you can't really quite focus on the thing you want to do because maybe you are moving between jobs or you're in between two projects, or maybe you want to transition from one thing to the other and you're still building the other thing. And it's just a little bit of a transition phase for many of you, but nonetheless, I still do see you guys being very focused on the goal with the Eight of Pentacles and the Magician card. Like, it's not the fact that you have to juggle between many different responsibilities isn't something that's stopping you from achieving what you want. It's just a little bit of a tight time at this time, just because like maybe your calendar is a bit full and you have a lot of things to manage. All right, so let's see if there's any guidance that is coming through right now that the universe wants you to know. Okay, we have the World in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, now the reading is getting interesting. And underneath the deck we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. I just love the artwork on these cards, like, don't you think? It's like beautiful, insanely beautiful artwork. Anyway, I think some of you are at a point in your life where you are so focused on manifesting something and achieving something, but the thing you want is not quite in your life. I don't even feel like it's in your life at all. Like there's no sign of it being here, and it can be very difficult to hold on to the faith when we don't feel the substance of the thing that we want in our lives. Like, there is no evidence, there is no sign. I think I've been praying for a sign, but like it's not really there. The World in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse, they both symbolize this feeling that we don't feel very grounded in this thing that we want to do. Although we are focused, the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords is like, yes, mentally, we are sending out those intentions. We know exactly what we want and it's very clear. But on a physical level, I don't think you feel very grounded about the thing you want. In fact, you might be a bit doubtful of the fact of whether or not it's even coming to you. It's a bit like, is it happening? Not sure. I want it to happen, but I don't know if it can, that kind of feeling. So this is where I think a lot of you have had to hold space for you to keep going toward your goal without being motivated by something concrete. You have had to find different ways to motivate yourself, even if you didn't have proof that it was working. And that is also that Two of Pentacles energy over here. That's why this card is in reverse, because you needed to juggle something, but it's not easy to juggle something if you don't know that it's gonna work, you know, like to constantly juggle without knowing whether or not you are gonna get anything out of it. It can be a test of faith, you know. So it's very interesting that we have the Ace and the Five of Pentacles over here, because the Ace is a new opportunity, right? The Ace is the universe, divine source coming through with an offer for you. And as much as I'm hearing that the offer is coming to you, you are also reaching out to receive that offer. But right now, the Five of Pentacles energy, this could be representation of what you're going through right now, which is that maybe resources are a little bit tight. You need to budget more. Maybe you need to work a few more jobs to make ends meet. Maybe you need to hustle a bit more at this time, and it's just a little bit much, right? So the first guidance coming through for many of you is to accept help. If there are helpful hands coming in with this image over here, learn to accept help from people, even if it's not monetary help. Like if somebody says like, hey, can I get you lunch? Can I get you dinner? Or maybe can we do a carpool? Like if they're offering those things, I want you to start to know how to receive help, because receiving help doesn't make you weak. And knowing how to receive these acts of service and gifts from the universe is also how you start to tell the universe that you are open to its gifts and you are open to what it is offering you with the Ace of Pentacles here. Okay? That starts to create this pattern between you and the universe that they can give you things, and that you are an open vessel for these new beginnings, new positive things to come into your life. Okay, what was it underneath the deck again? Eight of Wands, yeah, in reverse. I think for many of you, the whole process of this manifestation has been very slow. And you wonder if it's even working. Because I think some of you feel like not only is it very slow, but you might be backsliding, you know, with this ladder, like going back down. I wonder if some of you feel like not only are you not making progress, you're in fact like deprogressing, if that's a word, you know. And I know that's not a word, but anyway. But you know what I mean, you know. I think some of you feel like you've been spending so much time on something, but it's just not working out. I think that is soon to change because of all of the Swords energies coming through at the start of this reading. Swords energies are fast. They are very sharp. It's very to the point. So you're not gonna have any more of those like detours that you might have been experiencing. You're not gonna have so much of those like even like blockages or delays or obstacles to go through. There's something about the energies now that are cutting through a lot more clearly for you to get to where you want to go. Okay, so get a bit more guidance about you on this manifestation journey that you might be on. Okay, we have the Six of Wands. Beautiful. So you're gonna find success pretty soon, you guys over here. This is people willing to celebrate you. They see your achievements, they see your success, and they are happy for you. So it's gonna be a really happy time soon that people will recognize you for who you are. Okay, we then have the Hanged Man in reverse next, which I do feel that the Hanged Man in reverse is you coming out of this state of stuckness and limbo. The Hanged Man upright is somebody who has deliberately put themselves in this position. You know, they are willing participants of this discomfort. They know that they need to be there, and they have surrendered to the process of being in this Hanged Man position. So I think for many of you, you have had to make some sacrifices in your life. You have had to make some sacrifices in this journey of yours. This whole reading feels like it's a personal thing that you're going through. Either You've taken on some personal responsibility. There is some kind of goal that you want to achieve. There's some kind of outcome that you want to have, basically, and you've taken it upon yourself to make the necessary sacrifices to get to where you want to be. And that kind of season of sacrifice is coming into an end with the Hangman in reverse. You're coming out of it wiser, stronger, with a greater resilience for discomfort, definitely. I mean, Five of Pentacles is very uncomfortable because they don't have a lot with them, and they still find a way to be there and get out of their situation. The important thing is the Five of Pentacles is not nearly the end of the Pentacle suit's journey, right? It's just in the middle. It's the Five of Pentacles. There's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and more, right? Page, Queen, King of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles knows full well that this is not the end of their journey. But sometimes when we are steep inside of it, it creates an illusion in us that this is the dead end, that there's nothing more to life, and that we are just going to be in a state of lack and scars forever. But the lesson of the Five of Pentacles is that that is absolutely not the dead end, and that there is more to life than that, and that we can find abundance. We need to know to receive it, to attract it. And you've done all the lessons to learn that, right? Like, how do I get more cash? How do I get more resources, for instance? How do I open myself up to opportunities? And this is a spiritual conversation as much as it is a practical conversation. Like, if this is like business that you're looking to do, like, how do you find opportunities? How do you make yourself visible to your customers? How do you make yourself attractive to, let's say, your employers? How do you make yourself more skilled so that you are more, what do you call it, like, not so easily replaced in the workforce? Like, there is a practical element to it, and you guys have done the discomfort of going through those lessons with the Hangman in reverse over here. And now that season is finally over, so things are about to change for you for sure. Five of Swords closing up this reading underneath the deck. This is in reverse. So definitely, I do see that for many of you, there's some kind of mental conflict that is about to come to an end. I feel like many of you have had to almost like bend over backwards just to make something work. I wonder if I'm also hearing some of you had to bend over backwards to make ends meet. And if that's the case, this is coming into an end. You know, you're not gonna have to make all of these mental jumps just to plan out your schedule, just to like do this extra work to like make things happen in your life. Like, for some of you, you've had to like, you've had to make a lot of compromises and sacrifices in your life. Maybe the compromise was your health and your wellness. There wasn't that much time, money, or space to eat good food, to exercise, to do those things. You had to sacrifice that. For some of you with the Five of Swords, it's you needing to kind of like sacrifice even like perfection or what you think is good enough. Like, you just had to do the bare minimum, for instance. And it didn't feel good for you, but you know that this is what you can do. And so this kind of mental conflict, especially inner mental conflict, is definitely coming to an end with this Five of Swords in reverse. And you're going to have more space and time to actually do everything that you want to do, or do more of what you want to do. Okay, so this has been your rainy day reading. I hope it was an uplifting message for you. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and I look forward to reading for you in future as well. Bye!